Titanium Tuesday. I've never seen Rocky. I've seen parts of Rocky. I've never seen the full Rocky, but I am disappointed in one major thing in this film.
Tell me about that.
I thought it was released the year I was born. For all these years, I thought it was released the year I was born, and that's very disappointing to find out the reality is it was not.
Was it the year after?
Yes.
See, empathy is a thing that I don't have. I've took strength finders. It just doesn't exist in the top 5. But if I were to have empathy, I still wouldn't have empathy now. If I understand what empathy is. And with that, I would feel more bad for you if you had grown up watching this film and then you just realize, oh, wait, this wasn't born a year after. But you spent your whole life not watching this film, and now you're disappointed that it wasn't born the year you were born? I don't feel bad.
I really don't, but I did think it came out in 75. I really thought it came out in 75.
Oh,
so whatever fantasy land I live in, apparently
very magical place.
It is. Apparently 1975 is, I don't know if it was, was it written? Did he write it during 75 some? I just remember 75 for decades.
I feel like it wasn't written in 75 because he went
probably
through
not
quite the struggle to even get somebody to take up the scripts.
Yeah.
Because he knew what he wanted, and then he was willing enough to make sacrifices. If I'm not in this film, then we're not doing it.
Right.
Which is crazy.
He was quoted as saying that he would bury it in the backyard and let the cat or the worms or something play. Where was that? Play Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
He says, I'd rather bury it in the backyard and let the caterpillars play Rocky.
Yeah.
Than sell out, essentially.
Yeah. Which, good for him.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out for him.
It could have gone either way.
It could have.
And I think because it was so successful, there's a few reasons, but one of the big reasons is it was actually his real life struggle to make this film.
Right.
Right. He wrote it in the sense of the struggle from a fighter's perspective, but he was fighting to get his script into a movie as him being the main actor.
Yeah.
And so then Rocky's character, same thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was.
What did you think of the pacing?
Well, I think it's 1976 film.
That's true. I actually don't watch a ton of 70s film. But
I don't either, but when you compare it to some of them,
there's only so much animation you can do.
Right, yeah. Yes, absolutely. There was so much passion in it that made a big difference. They had I guess whatever they did publicity-wise, they did very well because they didn't have a lot of money.
No.
So they weren't able to do a bunch of advertising and things. So I think that real heartfelt story of what this was and what he had to go through to do this made the big difference, I would assume.
That's like an American-esque type story.
Well, I think the American-esque story is that if you work hard, if you're committed to what you believe in and what your dreams are, that you can move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not become as wealthy as Sly Stallone is, but that you can move forward.
Yeah.
And I think that's, the big difference. I think my camera on my
You're always being watched.
My camera on I swear it was just it flickered on my computer.
I also saw your eye twitching. Just kidding.
Hi, Bill. Bill Gates.
That'd be wild.
Oh, they've proven that.
Bill Gates is the one just watching?
No, but Mark Zuckerberg has.
Oh, yeah.
He has actually said that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
No, I know it's real. I just think it would be wild if Bill Gates was actually the one watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. But yeah, it is. It's like you say, it's that American-esque.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
And you have somebody that was a cocky, arrogant so-and-so that for 6 years at this gym, he didn't go anywhere.
Right.
And he was holding back and whatever.
Made
and
his
then
excuses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because I'm a southpaw.
Yeah, exactly. And so I guess it hits home in so many ways.
Hits. Lands. Yeah. And I liked how they introduced characters in this film too. Like it seemed like a natural progression of the different relationships he has interactions with.
Yeah, like Adrian and stuff too. Like she's this just like, I don't know if geeky is the right word, but
reserved.
Well, very reserved, but the glasses and the hat and and then it develops as blossoms, as some would say. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I didn't realize that.
Right.
That she was this really shy, reserved is a great word. Person that
I like how they interact with her first, and then you meet the brother with Polly.
Right.
First, like most of the time, I feel like it's reversed, where you meet the person that then gets you the connection with the girl. But no, you can meet the girl, and then you have connections and kind of understand how the dynamics have worked. I liked how the first time you hear Apollo Creed and stuff like that is kind of on the background.
Yeah, on the TV or whatever. Yeah.
And so as you're just watching it, I mean, it really could mean nothing to you, and it could just be a random thing, but it really connects to the story down the line as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of how things would happen.
Yeah,
exactly. In that arena.
Yeah.
That you'd hear about it on the news or different programs or whatever. So that was cool. It was so Sly was offered a lot of money to do this, but he couldn't act in it. He couldn't be the main character.
Yeah.
And he sold his dog for $40.
Yeah.
He couldn't feed his dog.
Right.
He couldn't feed himself. I mean, he really put everything into it.
He did.
And that's a lot of props.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
So
people nowadays wouldn't do that.
No
Not
way.
in the actor realm.
No.
Yeah.
No way. It sucks that they wouldn't.
Right.
But they don't.
It's the reality.
I mean, some of them do somewhat, but not to that
extent.
No.
Right.
No. So it's the real life part of it that he went through personally.
Yeah.
And you weigh that with how the movie was and what it went through and how he wrote it and everything was He
didn't even win.
Right.
Which I thought, again, is something you don't typically see in these types of films. And he wasn't banking that he would get a sequel.
No.
And so to end on that type of ending of like where the triumph is, he persevered, he went through it, and he went the 15 rounds with Apollo and was able to be with Adrian at the end.
Hey, Adrian. Hey, Adrian. I'm not even practiced that, so I'm sure it was horrible.
No, it's pretty on. The less understandable, the better. Is really what this arc is about, is what I enjoy.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Granted, I do like the sequel where spoiler. I won't say anything.
No, go ahead. I already know
wins.
a lot of I already
wins.
know a lot of the different pieces. I don't know why I never got into Rocky. Yeah. I just never did. I loved
like
Rambo. I loved Rambo. That was what, 1980, 81, something like that.
The other year
early
you were born.
Right. Yeah. Early 80s at least. So I think maybe it was late 70s, but anyway, so I like him as an actor, and I like his story as a person and things. I mean, his acting isn't phenomenal, but it's genuine. Yeah. And stuff. So it's
anything because he doesn't know how.
Right, exactly. I mean, you can see that he really puts everything into it.
Yeah.
And
you see it kind of, too, that he develops genuine relationships with the people. I mean, the Expendables.
Yes.
So, like, he's known for, you got that cast of people that are all the very similar type of character.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch.
That was pretty brilliant to put the Expendables together.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that as a movie.
Right.
I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was smart.
Yeah.
Really, really smart. But
we still got to review that.
Yeah.
Red would be another fun one to review as well.
Red?
Never seen the Red movies? Red 1 and 2?
I don't think so. Oh, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Some of okay.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of.
Okay.
I've seen parts of it. Yes. Probably fell asleep.
Okay. Typical. Just say you enjoy movies, but you just fall asleep during them because you're an old man.
Well,
born in 1975 and not 1976.
I am.
Yep. Now you're losing words.
Well,
can't even talk.
How do I say this and remain humble?
Well, you're starting off pretty strong.
Okay. I'm a very busy person, and so when I sit down and relax, movies have always been that just completely, I can immerse myself into it, which then takes me out of everything, right? I mean, I don't think about anything else that's going on, so then I relax, and then I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Then I fall asleep. Yeah. Not always. I did not fall asleep on Dune 2.
What?
I did not fall asleep.
Really?
I told you I was going to the opening day.
Yeah, I wish I could.
I knew you didn't believe me, but
I have trust issues. I'm excited for that film.
I'm not going to say anything, but it's quite good.
Quite good. As long as it's better than the original.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I know. No. You didn't go that far in the first Dune, in which I thought it was, and even though the first Dune to me was...
It made the first Dune better.
Oh, good.
It's really rare. Yeah.
The music.
Oh, Hans brought it.
I know. Well, he brought in the first one. We talked about it where there was times in which he brought it too much.
Yes.
And it was like, well, can we actually watch the movie rather than watching this musical?
Yeah.
Like, not even musical, but like just music experience.
He brought it.
Oh, gosh.
He really brought it.
I'm so excited.
Let me say it like this, Tyler. I have not gone to a film opening day since like Casino Royale in 2006 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I was quite happy.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing like the movie Rocky, though.
Nothing like the movie Rocky. Or the music in it or the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to go running tonight here.
I would say there's not even a real true... It's just one of those movies where there's not even a really true... There's an antagonist, but it's not like a villain character.
Yes, right, right.
Which, again, is kind of...
It was almost like in a positive way.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like... Not was it a villain, but it was almost like a positive antagonist.
Yeah. And what
like bringing out the best in you by pushing you and by totally. Yeah.
And I hope you watch the rest of the films. Besides, you can skip Rocky 5. I know you've already watched Rocky Balboa for whatever reason. Out of all the Rockies you watched, it sounds like that's the one
I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
I thought,
which makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Because that's like one of those movies where they did it so that it was all nostalgia based, where they put all these references in from these other films that make Rocky Balboa. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 4 is my favorite. I hear some people don't like that one for whatever reason. But it's really cool because Apollo Creed does stay a true character even because the second movie he wins, becomes the heavyweight champion. And then you got 3 and 4. They do a lot of interesting stuff with the relationships. And so building off of a positive antagonist, building the character, he continues to do that throughout the films too. So you get to see, again, it's not even a flip. It's just that continued relationship and respect they have for each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now.
Yeah.
I mean, really, obviously my entire life this has been hyped up like crazy. Yeah. And maybe that's why I resisted it, fair. Because some of that hype stuff I don't care for. Yeah. And because it's usually like false hype.
Yeah.
So
that's how I felt about Frozen. I know it's completely relatable, which is why I bring it up. I don't like the movie Frozen.
I've never seen Frozen.
We also didn't want to watch Migration. That movie was entertaining.
Was it?
It was. I love birds.
I take your word for
They're
it.
mystical creatures. How about chasing a chicken?
I've chased chickens before.
Yeah. Did you do it better than Rocky?
Probably.
Okay.
Maybe not.
He's well, to be fair, he is not one of those nimble characters in the world.
Truth. Well, what do people think?
I don't know. They got to tell us.
They should tell us.
And where would they
we
tell
would
us?
like
Actually,
them to tell
you're
us.
supposed to ask me that question because then I can mess up the email.
Yeah.
You tell
okay.
me what they should tell us.
Well, I think
and where
they should
tell us and
comment.
ask that question.
Yeah, I can't say up anymore. Apparently.
Yeah, we've vetoed that.
We got that
Googled
covered.
the heck out of it. Of what social platform can you go above? Unless you hold your phone upside down.
See, I knew I was
Life is about
on
perspective.
there somewhere. Anyway, comment, suggest, snide remark. We like those too. And you can do that in the comments below or
To the sides. You can talk about the sides. And you can also email us, which I think is where
I just get yelled at no matter what.
Hey, I made it clear it was just above. But, audience, please let us know what you think at LegitQ at Matty'sMovieMix.com.
See you next time.
Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bells because you know what? That's the best way you can support us. We appreciate it.